Go.
All right. Let me tell you about my show. Wednesday nights. And here we go. It's the rule of three with a touch of Basco. And like the Joker says, and here we go. It's Wednesday night and it's 9 o'clock. Click on the thumbnail, it's about to get hot. We get 3 different questions in only 3 minutes. It ain't for the scared, it ain't for the timid. Some will like us and some just don't. A lot will back us and some just won't. It don't matter with the Khaos crew. We specialize in making things do what they do. So sit back, chill, and enjoy the show with me, Chris, Guy Scar, and Nzo.
Fire, peace, 9 o'clock, Wednesday nights. Don't miss it. Check us out.
What is up, everyone? I am Chris Knight, and this is Khaos Central's The Rule of Three. On Thursday this week, a little different, but we are here. We're going to do this. And don't forget, I got a pinned tweet on my Twitter, at ChrisKnight5150. Please go there, tweet it out. I know Anza put a tweet out, retweet his, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you share out the stream, smash that like button. Let's get a lot of people in here. Let's go to the players in the house tonight, as usual. Danny of Comic Chat and Nzo of Biggaford Entertainment. Danny, tell everybody about yourself and what you got going on right now.
What up, what up? I'm Danny. I'm a chat.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
You're crackling a little bit.
Chippy. About now?
A little better.
So I'm Danny, aka Comic Chat. You can find me here on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesday nights. Got 3 different shows, 3 different personalities, 3 different perspectives. So we try to bring you something different. So I hope tonight will be no different, and we'll enjoy the show.
You are still crackling. I don't know if you want to drop out and come back in and see if that fixes it. Yeah.
All right.
While you do that, though, Anzo, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself and what you got going on.
What's up, guys? Biggaford Entertainment. You know the deal. Tomorrow night will be the Western tier listing, which should be interesting. So make sure you check that one out. Other than that, man, I can't wait to get this show started.
All right, very good. I'm Chris Knight, Real D3000, of course, my channel. Don't worry about that. Make sure you support these 2 guys and also support Khaos Central. Remember, that's what we're trying to go. I think we are currently, I gotta get back, I think we're at like 280. We gained a sub or 2 more. We could certainly use 20 more and get to that 300 mark. The 300 mark is what we'd like to see. So, guys, if you know somebody who would like this type of stuff, if you like it, and you know people who like the same things you like, send them this way, let them look, let them see what they think, and maybe suggest that they go ahead and subscribe. Also, I see lovely Sherry, David is in the house, I Love Food, Mystic Shadows, Krish. Guys, thank you very much. Make sure you take that link up above, whatever way you're watching this, grab that link, share it out on your favorite social media site, or retweet my tweet or Anzo's tweet and let everybody know we're live. I guess since Danny's coming back here in a second, we'll go ahead and we will bring up the file, and I'll let you pick first today.
Cool.
Which door would you like?
I'm going to go back to the original door because I'm number 1, so I'm going to pick number 1.
Number 1, okay. I see. You 2 are kind of clipping or something. I don't know if this is on my end or what.
Oh, me too?
But, yeah. Doing the fast talk.
Oh, shit.
So.
That might be me, but, let's see.
Yeah, okay. We'll go to the first question real quick here. Boom. With the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial in full swing, many say it doesn't matter who wins. But Warner Brothers has been quietly making changes to Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, so much so that it is rumored that Amber Heard is now in no more than 10 minutes of the film. If Johnny Depp wins, do you think they will remove her entirely? Or do you think it doesn't matter and they may do it anyways?
Cool.
All right. Bring up to 3 minutes. Your time.
Does it sound better?
Yes, that's better. Your time starts now.
You know, the funny thing is that, I'm really couldn't care less about this situation. But I also think that if, she lied and she tried to kill the man's career, then absolutely she should get repercussions for that. She should get punishment for that. You know what I mean? I don't think it's fair that you try to kill the man's career. He lost how many movies did he lose because of this? Fantastic
At least
Beast. Uh,
2.
yeah, go ahead.
He was
Right.
paid for
You know what I
Fantastic
mean?
Beasts because he came on the first day of shooting. He did get paid for
Okay.
that, and he admitted that he got
Yeah.
paid for it. He didn't do it.
Yeah, that's fine. Getting paid for it is fine, but I'm pretty sure, he wants to be in these movies. He's an actor, right? You want to do these type of roles. But I mean, he's been typecast in so many roles anyways, but what they're doing is with them taking out 10 minutes of the taking out everything but 10 minutes of the movie, I think it's probably because they can't take out those 10 minutes, right? Maybe she's having an interaction with Jason Momoa or something that's pretty much important to the movie, so they can't really take it out. But you better believe she probably will not be back for the next one. I don't think they'll completely remove her, because if they could, they probably would have just done it anyway. So I think those 10 minutes are something that they have to put in there. But man, I don't know, man, because like I said, she done fucked up. She done lied on court. We don't know who's gonna win yet. Johnny Depp's career has been pretty much nothing since this happened. So I think if it is a lie, then she should be punished as well. I mean, I don't really much more to say about that. I just don't think that I just don't think that Johnny Depp deserves the shit that he's going through. And I haven't been following the case, but I watched some of it, and it seems like they both had issues. You know what I mean? Like they both had issues, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, she went on there and lied about doing this and that, and she's hit him. Maybe he's hit her too, but right now what we know about is like she's been more or less the aggressor. So at the end of the day, and I said this last night, man, sometimes, sometimes you have to do certain things, and so maybe he had to defend himself in a certain way because she just kept attacking him or whatever. It's fucked up to say, but I don't think anybody should be hitting anybody, man or woman. But at the end of the day, I do think that if she lied and Johnny Depp gets like, because he's suing her, right? So if he wins, then I think she deserves to get consequences for it as well.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. Everything I read on a level of lawyers, they believe that she'll quote unquote win the case. She'll drop the lawsuit. Only because she's the one that made the initial claims, and the burden is on him to prove that those claims were unwarranted. Now, a lot of that's coming out that it was, but for legal senses, everything I read says that they just believe the case will get dropped. But I'm with Mads here. The trial isn't about Johnny winning; it's about getting the truth out into the public. And I totally agree with Mads on this. I believe that's exactly what he wants to do. He could care less about the money. I think that he is. I didn't hate the guy after all this shit came out. I didn't believe it. But there's a lot of people who did were on Amber Heard's side at first, and I think it's really important because, as he said, hey, I was abused, and I'm going to stand up for myself, and so I think that's really important because most guys, if you're abused,
but it's also about his career as well, right? Because if he gets put in that negative light, his career is done. So he's like, you know what I mean? Like no more money making movies and stuff like that. That's bread and butter, man. So he has to defend himself. He has to prove that he didn't do some of the shit that was talked about. So I agree with that.
Absolutely. All right, Danny, I will show you the question really quick here. Right here is the question. With the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial in full swing, many say it doesn't matter who wins, but Warner Brothers has been quietly making changes to Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, so much so that it's rumored that Amber Heard is now in no more than 10 minutes of the film. If Johnny Depp wins, do you think they will remove her entirely, or do you think it doesn't matter and they may do it anyways?
Okay.
3 minutes. Time starts now.
I think I really don't give a shit one way or the other, whether she's in it or not. I like her as Mira. I don't know. Sometimes she's replaced. The new actress might not be the fit or have the chemistry that her and Aquaman have. I don't know. I hate that Johnny Depp's career took a serious blow because of this mess. Because he was pretty much proven guilty in the court of opinion without even having his day in court. Now his day in court look like he still may not win, but at least it would shed some light on some of the things that he didn't do. But if I'm being totally honest, I really don't care. I hadn't watched one day of this trial. I just saw snippets where I see on social media or some on the news. But it's just to me, it's really sad that I don't know who's paying for this trial, the viewing to see this trial, and who would want to be invested emotionally, I guess, in this, along with Amber Heard, besides her family or Johnny Depp and his family. But I know I'm not emotionally involved in it at all, and I hope that he's able to get some semblance of his career back. I know it cost him a character in the Harry Potter series, which is unfortunate. I don't know whether it's going to hurt him in Disney far as Pirates of the Caribbean and that stuff. I don't know if they're going to do more of that. I really wasn't a fan of that. I think I watched the first one. Second, I kind of fell off. But overall, I think he is very good at. He is a very good actor, and like Nzo said earlier, I hope that it does not. I hope he's able to regain some, if not all, of the jobs that he lost because of this. He should, if he didn't do anything, and she's fabricating a lot of this, then he should get all of that back. But it's kind of hard to unring a bell. So I hope that he's able to get back on track and do what his craft and be able to support himself. Because it's very unfortunate to be punished for something that you didn't do, or something that, or be accused of something that you didn't do, or to be said you done something wrong when you didn't break the law at all. So I sympathize with him on that aspect, but I'm not following this. I'm not invested. But I hope that he's able to get back some of what he lost, if not all.
And I was right there with you, Danny. I agree. I could care less about this case, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, there's just two celebrities going at each other, whatever. I get it. You know what I mean? He trying to clear his name. She trying to prove he's not a liar. But at the end of the day, like, I don't care.
Yeah, who do you believe? They're actors and actresses. So she could be putting on a performance.
He could be putting on a performance too. You know what I mean? Yeah, for real.
So this was, I'd definitely be like,
because I think, like you said, I watched the clips, and there's one clip where she's like, crying and shit, and they're like, oh, crocodile tears, and it's like, oh, she's not a good actress, so you can see that she's faking it and shit. I'm like, at the end of the day, regardless, she is an actor, so she can fake that shit. She can have people believe in that, oh my God, look, Amber Heard is breaking down, and yeah, so it's hard to just sit there and be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna agree with that and I agree with this. They're actors, man, so you gotta believe they all up there lying. You know what I mean? They all up there.
Yep. Is there some little? Is he acting or is he real? That's what you have to ask. Or would want to ask.
And the better actor you are, the harder it is to tell. You know what I mean?
Man, let somebody like Denzel Washington on there, or Kevin Spacey.
You know what I mean?
Al Pacino.
Mm-hmm.
And you
You
don't know
would
what
believe everything they fucking
Mhm.
say. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh my God, Al Pacino's up there. He's emotional. He's crying. At the end of the day, Al Pacino's leaving the courtroom like, I got these
Laughing. I
motherfuckers.
got
You
these
know what I mean?
motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit ridiculous, man. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, who
Yeah.
cares who wins? You know, they
That's
make
right.
millions of fucking dollars anyway. So I don't feel
Shit,
sorry
they're
for them.
probably getting a deal off of this damn trial.
It could
Okay.
be.
I sure
Sorry,
hope
guys.
we ain't paying for that shit. I sure be
You
pissed
know.
off. Found out my tax money going towards that shit.
Oh no, Johnny's paying for this, or should I say, his friends are. There's lots of people who have donated to this cause. What I've heard about Amber Heard is that supposedly, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard Elon Musk is fronting hers. But I don't know if
Yeah.
it's positive.
I'm about sick of him.
You know what the
3 minutes
fucked
for
up thing
me.
is?
Yep.
These fucking millionaires are getting funded by fucking millionaires. You know what I mean? Fund me, motherfucker.
Yeah, look at look what old boy said about damn, what's the boxer? Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna fund doggone Antonio Brown. Boy, that's crazy as hell.
You know what I mean? These fucking celebrities, which is fucked up, right? Because they make crazy amount of money, but sometimes they go to certain places, like certain restaurants, certain stores, you get the treatment. No, your money's no good here. No, no, take whatever you want to. You know what I mean? But us poor motherfuckers, we got paid. Fuck
Mhm.
that. Go
All
ahead,
right.
Chris.
Now, like you guys, I haven't really watched it. I've been watching Tug, some of his stuff with the Umbrella guy. If you guys don't know the actor, he's got some psychologist experience, and he's been talking about it. So I listen in every once in a while about the days, like review of what happened every once in a while, not every day. You know, I mean, it's obvious that this is more about him just saying, listen, this is what happened. I want the truth out there. If he wins or loses, I'm not sure, because here's 10 minutes cannot be that crucial.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot imagine that 10 minutes is going to make or break this movie. And I honestly think, no matter what it is, I think the court of public opinion is swayed way back to Johnny's favor. There's some of us who've been on his side the whole time, didn't believe it, or in my opinion, I didn't believe it, but I believe that they were very toxic for each other. And that's been brought out in this trial too. That they just kind of, like, his personality issues or the diagnoses that he's gotten are like direct opposites of what she has, and they fight each other. It fights each other in that way. So it's a bad situation all around. But I don't believe he ever laid a hand on her. So will they do it? I think Warner Brothers right now is worried to death that it's going to hurt the film. And I think if they believe for 1 second, they pushed it off to next year, if I remember right. May of next year. This is supposed to be out like later this year, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking that they got plenty of time to go in and either remove it or find somebody else to shoot the scene and name it somebody else. I mean, listen, who did Green? Shoot, I can't even think of his name. Willem Dafoe.
What's
That's
that?
it. William Dafoe.
Oh, Willem Dafoe. Okay, yeah.
If I'm certain he's in this too. You just switch it around and you make him do the scenes, because obviously 10 minutes is going to be for a love story. They're not developing anything between the two of them. I've heard a lot of rumors about this set and things that, like, Jason Momoa supposedly required that he have somebody with security or his security around him during the scenes that he shot with her. I've heard all sorts of crazy stuff, whether or not it's true or not. If this is how much trouble it's been, they might as well just write it out. Lots of people didn't like her in the first place during the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's a bigger push to just get rid of her. I think that there's a lot in this that Warner Brothers is going to have to wait. You have a woman who claimed to be physically abused, and if it comes out that most likely that didn't happen, now you have somebody that was using, oh, I'm a woman, and that's not good for them. It's like the Jussie Smollett thing. People won't go after Jussie Smollett right now because, well, there's a...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he says he didn't do it still. I don't understand why he's saying that, but whatever. 3 minutes, let's talk about it together. this isn't so much about the case as much as about, do you think Warner Brothers would pull it? And I think they would. I don't think it matters. Like I said, I don't know, from what I've read from lawyers, that he will win the case. But like Matt said, I don't think that matters. And then, like Kevin Spacey, I mean, Johnny Depp's a good actor. And if he clears his name here, people are going to want him back. But he's probably going to be more selective now. But I think
roles it takes. I think he should be more selective because, like I said earlier, he's been typecast in certain roles, right? And they're getting played out. So now he should be a little bit more careful with the roles he takes to try and get, maybe Oscar buzz or something like that, because he's a damn good actor. Damn good actor. But
yeah, he is. So, anything else on the Aquaman part of this, Danny?
Nah, like I said, I really don't care, Brian. I don't care. Okay. I hope he doesn't lose his career. I hope he's able to gain some of that back. But other than that, I don't
think
care.
he will. And like I was telling, what was that?
No, I was going to say, go first though, and then I'll ask my question.
I was saying what I told you earlier, because you mentioned Secrets of Dumbledore, the Harry Potter film. He got paid for that because he actually arrived on set before they asked him to step down, and so he got paid fully for that. So I mean, there was that's the only film though I think he's been paid for in the past 5 years. I think that's come out.
But I think too though, and I'm pretty certain this is right, but I know when they make those movies, they also put in there about residuals. So like if they play on the networks, TNT, TBS, that kind of stuff, they get residual income. But since he wasn't in it, he ain't gonna get none of that. So that's
true.
That's gonna hurt. That's hurt this pal. So they need to make her pay some of that shit back.
But that's what he wants. That's kind of what this is about. But again, I'd have to go back and really read exactly why they think it may not happen.
Right.
It is a jury trial. There's that side of it. So it doesn't matter the legal ramifications or legal.
Well, shit, they can find me. They can find me not guilty, whatever the case may be. But on the civil suit, they need to award some millions if it goes that route.
That's the thing. This is a civil suit. He's suing for like 10 million or something. I can't remember exactly how much. So
my question
is going to be a judge. Yeah, go ahead.
No. My question is, if Amber Heard loses, right, or whatever, even with the perception that they have now, do you think she should lose her job?
I think it's going to automatically have a negative feedback.
If she does, listen, here's the problem Warner Brothers has. They made their decision months ago when they took Johnny Depp out of the Secrets of Dumbledore. They made that decision. So they said, we believe Amber, we don't believe Johnny. Johnny's gone, Amber's staying. Now if it comes out, if he wins, listen, believe it or not, Han's Solo, a Star Wars story, was heavily swayed by public opinion that hated The Last Jedi. These people are the same people you're fighting with who hate Amber Heard. If he wins this suit, I almost am positive they will wipe her parts out. They will go in and CG somebody else in. They will find a stand-in. They'll do something. They'll get Nicole Kidman to shoot the scenes with them and switch it up a little bit. Something.
Right. Well, my thing is, Johnny Depp was pretty much about to be blacklisted. Let's say everything Amber Heard said was true, he pretty much would have been blacklisted. You would have never seen him in anything, right? Yeah. So do you think it's fair that should happen to Amber Heard?
It won't happen because it's kind of
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's kind of like the R. Kelly thing. R. Kelly's in jail, but some people still listen to his music. So the same thing. She could be found guilty, or she could be found at fault, whatever. Some people still gonna watch Amber Heard regardless, and I don't think they're gonna go back and say, "Well, since you falsely said this about him, then we're not gonna do." I just don't think they'll do that. Too much time has passed, in my opinion.
I would just say I don't know if it's fair or not, but I think she's the one that made the decision to do what she did. If she loses the case, then she's also going to have to pay the price for that. I don't know about a permanent thing.
No.
Somebody like Danny said will probably take a chance. Say, let's get her in a movie, and it might work out. I don't know, but this movie in particular, there's enough people foaming at the mouth right now.
Women are very much harder to demonize than men are, unless say they're doing something very, very heinous.
Yeah.
That's just the way the world is.
And I'm not meaning anything negative towards you, Matt. That's the type of people you're dealing with, though. And I mean, I don't disagree that she should pay the consequence for this. But you're dealing with hardcore people who have made a line in the sand. And it's not just Matt, it's lots of people. I mean, there are hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels, not even just in our community, outside of our community, that is talking nothing about hate for Amber Heard because she's lied. Because you don't need a woman lying about being abused. Right. There's enough of them out there who do get abused. You don't need somebody lying about it. And I think we talked about this with Jussie Smollett. You don't need somebody like Jussie Smollett claiming, being, chastised or for racial, being yelled racial slurs at. You don't need that when it really happens. You don't need to fake that if it really happens. That's a bad thing out there. So you don't need to use it as a pick-me-up or something for yourself. And unfortunately, she did that and he did that. There's ramifications for that. How long they last, I don't know. Yeah, and then there's this. It's reverse cancel culture, but it's still cancel culture. So, she'll have to pay whatever Hollywood decides to do. She'll have to pay that penance. If it's being out of Hollywood for 5 years, whatever, I don't know. So, all right, Danny, 2 or 3?
2.
Boom. Inflation in the U.S. and other countries is at a 40-year high. Many blame their elected leaders. Some blame the invasion of Ukraine, and others blame both. Where do you think the blame truly lies, and do you believe that our governments are really trying to fix the issue?
Yeah.
How can I not talk about inflation? Everybody is dealing with inflation right now. 3 minutes. Danny, you want to go first?
Yes.
Go.
I don't think it's our government. I don't think it's a Ukraine war. I think it is fucking China, because I think they had a very large part of creating this COVID, and the trickle effect is affecting the whole world. I think that they are intentionally not producing parts that we need, the world needs, and it's just jamming everything up. My son just recently got hired on at a very strong U.S. car making company in South Carolina, and was going good, but now they're on furlough for I think 2 or 3 months because they can't get parts from China. They can't get the chips. They can't get this. I think this is China's plan to try to cripple us and have us at their mercy. So we got to develop our own chips or do something, or we are going to be at their mercy. I'm being told by someone that works in the oil industry that the barrels of oil that the president released out of the reserve is mainly going over to Europe because Europe is paying higher dollar on the barrel than we are. So we're going to deplete our reserves and then send them over to Europe, and then they're going to get it, and then we're not going to have anything. I don't know why President Biden has not opened up the pipeline to offshore drill. There's a lot of things I don't know. I don't know whether he's well, I don't want to be disrespectful, but people talking about his mental capacity. I don't know. But I really think that China has a lot to do with this, and I could be totally wrong. I don't think that I am. But I think they are kind of dragging their feet as far as exporting parts they normally export to us. I pass by car dealerships in some of the towns in the state I live in, and there's barely any inventory on the showroom floor. I know Toyota that we bought my Prius from has called us a couple times wanting to buy it back because people it's in such high demand. Now, if you want to sell your truck, I got a 2019 Ford F-150. I guarantee if I sell it, I'll probably make a profit, but I won't be able to buy nothing else because the trucks, they hadn't tripled, but they've gone up at least $20,000 now than what they were this time last year or 2 years ago. So I just think I don't know what it is. And the housing, oh my God, I was just talking to my wife. We probably could sell a house and make a profit, but then shit, you have a damn hard time finding another one because the housing cost now is ridiculous, ridiculous. So I think the COVID had a lot to do with it, and I think China had a hand in creating that mess, and I think it's using it to cripple and just put our economy in chaos. And to couple that with we got a pretty weak president now, leadership, so we're in a mess.
Okay. Very good. Nzo, 3 minutes. To the Canadian side of things. Go. Oh, you're muted.
My bad. I don't know about China or anything about that, like Danny said. But what I do know is that, yeah, I think, the inflation is happening because governments have given out so much money during the COVID thing. They're trying to recuperate money back. You know what I mean? I go to the store, buy a fucking steak. A T-bone steak cost me fucking $20. Like $20 for a T-bone steak. That's absolutely crazy.
Did you see how much my gas cost? I sent you the picture this morning, Anza.
I
Fill
did.
my truck.
I did.
How much?
$90. My
Mm-hmm.
lieutenant has a Ford F1 has a Ford F-150, and he got a bigger tank. He sent me his this afternoon. It was $108 to fill it.
Yeah. I see a couple people on Facebook that like $50 doesn't even fill up half of their tank. You know what I mean? So I'm just in there. So gas prices are skyrocketing, and this is the way that they're trying to recuperate some of the money that they're getting back. And I think, to be honest with you, the money that they give out, they're going to recuperate back plus some more. You know what I mean? That's exactly what's happening right now. Housings, it's crazy. My son was looking for a place. You know what I mean? Just a simple like 3.5, 1 bedroom, $1,000. You know what I mean? I have a post of, if I have it, I can find it. Someone posted a listing for a room. It's enough room for a single bed, and they were charging $700 for it.
Jesus
When
Christ.
I say single bed, Danny, I mean you could literally walk around the
like a
single
futon.
bed. Yes, and there's like maybe 2 inches of space on each side, so it's just like a little hole in the wall, and they're charging $750
Just for that? I mean, no bathroom, no kitchen, nothing?
Nothing.
Oh, hell no.
Nothing. Then they had another one with a room with 3 of those single beds in it, charging $1,000. You know what I mean? It's absolutely bananas what they're charging for rooms and food and stuff like that. And 100%, it all had to do with COVID, guaranteed, because they ended up giving us so much money. Now they got to recoup all that money that they gave to the people. So how do they do it? By raising taxes, gas, apartments, food, whatever they can to raise the price of certain things. That's what they're doing. And it's not going to get better. If people think it's going to get better, it's not. It's going to get worse way before it gets better. That's for sure. So are you guys out there spending like $4 a gallon? 2 years from now it might be 8.
Boy, don't talk that shit in existence.
All right. So, I mean, I think we're kind of getting into the thing of it's a bit of everything. You can't give out so much money, and I understand at the point in the time it was important to do that because they needed to infuse something into the economy so people spent money and were able to live. A lot of people misused it, to be honest. A lot of people did. But you can't do that without having some sort of idea on how you're going to pay it back. Because money just can't, it's like if you open up your wallet, you got $200, you give $200. That's great. But that $200 is probably going to go someplace else. So you give it to somebody else. Now you got that bill's still coming, or that gas, immediate gas, it's still coming. It's not going to stop. So the piper always comes back. and what's due diligence. China probably bears some of the blame. As much as I didn't necessarily like Donald Trump, he was right. We needed to bring manufacturing and other things back to the United States, back to Canada, back to the areas where it helps our economy, not other people's economy. And the problem with that, though, is that he didn't even get it switched around. It's always big talk to say that. And it's a thing of, everybody has some blame in this. I think maybe the Ukraine thing did, because when you put sanctions on such a large country as, Russia, they hold stuff we use. They know it. So they're just going to skyrocket the price, and either you buy it from them or you don't. But when you go someplace else, you're not guaranteed you're going to get the same deal, because, like it or not, we make deals with people like Russia. We made deals for cheaper things if we give them certain things. It's all, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. So when we have this little infighting, it costs us money. I don't disagree with Danny. I don't understand why we don't open up pipelines. I know that Biden is afraid of the farther left people who are very, they're, economists, or not economists, but they're environmentalists. That he's worried about that stuff. But right now, it's just, let's get things let's tip the scales back more even, and then we'll figure out how to do it. We know we got problems to fix when it comes to the environment. We know we got problems with the economy. We have to take each problem on at a different time. And I think right now they're just trying to fix everything at one time, and it doesn't work. Plus, you got two different parties here in the States, at least, who refuse to work with each other. And that's your first problem. It doesn't matter if you believe in Democrats or Republicans. They're not working together. And until they work together, until they stop bickering and bitching at each other, you're not fixing the problem. They're more worried about themselves than they are us right now. So I don't really think they're trying to fix it. I think they play the theater, but they don't actually try. Let's talk about this. In Canada, how do you feel your parties do on that? Do you think they're similar to how we've got right now?
I don't know about similar. I just think that, again, everybody's right now, they're looking out for their own. You know what I mean? Like most of these parties, they don't care about the people. The only thing they care about is their bottom line, to be honest with you, and that's everywhere. So, I mean, we may not have the same type of issues as you guys, but I think at the end of the day, we all have the same issue. Governments don't really give a shit about us.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not one answer to this. I think, like I said, Danny made a point. When it comes to gas right now, we've got gas here in the States. We refuse to use it. I know that the reserves are being opened, like 1 million barrels a day, whatever he said. I don't know how long that was supposed to go on for. It's not helping, so why isn't it helping? You need to go further. You need to do more. Then you mentioned meat, you mentioned all this other stuff. And it's just like, wow, Jesus, what are we doing here? So, yeah, I mean, we went through this in the 80s. It's not a quick answer. I just hope that what it turns out to be is that we get a little recession and not like a full-blown, 10, 15-year problem.
Yeah, it looks like it might be going that way, to be honest with you.
Unfortunately. And Danny, anything else on this one?
I don't think, the pay raise is going up quick enough compared to the inflation that we're having now.
Oh, no. Well, that's the biggest problem is that, you can't say that, like, for instance, we got a cost of living raise this year in my work, 2%.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you right now, in the first part of this year, in February through March, it was 8% increase in inflation. Right. So that means I'm still 6% behind to whatever happened this year. And that's not necessarily, that 2% probably wasn't even near last year's cost of living rise. So until they figure out a way to work that out, which is hard because companies don't want to pay it. They're like, well, why should we? So, yeah, I don't know. Anything else on this, Danny?
No, I just believe that countries is trying to screw us.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't doubt that. So. All right,
I don't doubt it either. Because
let's go to our last question. Oh, go ahead. Go.
I was
What's
just gonna say, because what happens is, you know our countries get, you know put in this hole. They come in and they buy everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
mm-hmm.
plan. Buy
They buying
everything.
up our debt like crazy.
Hmm.
One day they're gonna cash that shit in. What are we gonna do then?
Absolutely. Yeah.
When they do, it's not gonna be fun. Last question. We've discussed movies that have waited too long for a sequel. One movie that has waited longer than even The Matrix
Oh my
and
god.
Avatar combined is coming out soon. 36 years, 8 days after Top Gun released in 1986, Top Gun Maverick is due to hit theaters. Has it been too long?
No, it has not.
I'll go first.
No, no. Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Anzo, 3 minutes. Your time starts now.
Sorry, Danny, but 100% it has been too long. Like I said, there's a generation of kids, the ones that actually go to these movies, have no freaking idea what the hell Top Gun is. When we went to go see Multiverse of Madness, they showed the trailer. We seen it, right? And I'm watching it and I'm all hyped up, and my boy was like, this is the movie you were talking about? He's like, I ain't going to see this white boy movie. Those were his words, right? So I think that our generation will love it. I think there will be some nostalgia, but to say that it's a little bit too long, I kind of think it is. I don't think this movie is going to be one of those blockbuster movies that everybody's expecting it to be. I think it may be good. I think it'll probably make a profit, but I would give it maybe 500 to 600 million worldwide. Um, I just think, like I said, I think it's been too long. Certain franchises, I think, can get past the too long. When Bad Boys 4, 4, 3, Bad Boys 3, yeah, Bad Boys 3 came out. I actually said it might have been too long for that, but it did good. But I think that had a lot to do with the fact that Will Smith and Mark Lawrence still had a little bit of star power. People knew these movies to be pretty decent, right? So there's two movies before it. People always wanted to see that. I don't know how many people really wanted to see a new Top Gun movie. I personally would have been like, oh, okay, it's a Top Gun movie, good. If not, would have been no skin off of my back. So I don't know, man. Yeah, I think it might be a little bit too long. I think if it's good though, and word of mouth happens, that people will go see it. But there's a lot of people out there, a lot of generation that have no idea about this Top Gun movie. And I think right now at this point, it's Marvel, DC. These are the type of movies that are running the box office. Avatar is gonna have um, it's gonna make its money, but again, it's gonna have a little bit of a hard time too as well, because superhero movies are running it now. Like, if it's not Doctor Strange, if it's not Spider Man, if it's not Iron Man, if it's not an Avengers movie, it'll do well. But I don't know how good the numbers are gonna be. So I'm gonna go see it, you know. But I know if I ask my son, hey, you wanna go see um Top Gun with me, he'd be like, oh hell no, I'll pass. So I don't know.
And that is where I have raised my son correctly. Is that both my sons are going to see it. So. You failed your child, Anzo.
Nah, it's just that I'm a black man and we don't really represent.
Don't go for that macho white boy stuff.
We don't represent the white boy movies. You know what I mean? Right, Danny? Tell him I'm right. Right?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. It's gonna be cultural in some aspects. I can agree with
That's true. All right, 3 minutes, Danny. Time starts now.
that. I think it's gonna do all right. If memory serves me, Karate Kid came out in the 80s, 86, whatever, but then Cobra Kai is still going on and picking up a lot of new fans and stuff. So it may have some of that magic and nostalgia. I think a lot of times if you have that relationship with your children or younger generation, and y'all it's y'all thing. It seems to be Anzo and his son thing, and Chris says sometimes him and his son they go see movies together. So if you have that connection, I think that's going to expose them to movies that maybe normally they would be like, I ain't going to see that, but then when they go see it, and you sitting there explaining what's going on, I think that has a lot more strength than if they're just going by themselves or going with their friends. They don't know nothing about it. So, like I said, me and my grandsons, they're going to be they're exposed to a lot of older stuff that they know nothing about because when I talk to them, like for instance, when we went to see Shazam, I show them the Shazam that I saw, and they're like, "That look a lot different, baby." Yeah, but this is how it starts. So, the same thing with music. They'll hear a song today, and I was well, that's really this song right here. When I play it, and they hear that it sounds similar or the same, they can get the connection. So I think if we, as Generation X, can tell Generation Z, look, you may not like this, but this is what it is. Watch this right here and see, and then you can sit there and kind of explain to them and answer their questions. I think a lot of time it's able to be digestible. Tom Cruise is still a top notch superstar. He's been around 30, 40 years, so I think he has a little star power too. Maybe not so much as the Marvels now. I'm not saying it's going to make $1 billion because I think I just looked it up and it costs 150 something to make. 100, let me see, $152 million to make it. So times that times three, about 450 million bucks, and it's going to make his profit. So I think it'll do that. I think it'll do a little more, 550, maybe six if it's lucky. But I think, of course, nothing now is going to compare to the juggernaut that is Marvel, not even DCU. But I think this movie is going to be all right for what it is. It's not going to be a flop. I definitely don't believe that.
All right. So we know Marvel was too long, or not Marvel. I mean, Matrix. I mean, no matter what you like the movie or not, like I said, I didn't hate it. I understood a lot of what they were going for, and even if it was a giant fuck you to Warner Brothers, fine. I enjoyed it for whatever it was. But a lot of people did. A lot, and it just it's gone. I mean, if they do a fifth one, it's just going to be sheer what amount of money can we do? Avatar, as much as I hated the first one, I'm not going to think that it's going to fail. Now, how much it makes, don't know. But it's not going to fail. Now, the third one might, depending on how the second one does. This is a little different. This is Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is so technical in the way he presents things, so it's more realistic. There's cooler things going on. I mean, he has cameras in it. They flew in these damn planes with cameras in there, and it makes it look like they're actually flying these planes. And he made sure everybody could withstand the G-forces. They took months of training. This guy's serious about these movies. I think it's going to succeed because that is a Tom Cruise. If Tom Cruise has a failure out of this, he's going to be livid about it. And I don't know what the last movie Tom Cruise was in that actually quote unquote failed was because I couldn't tell you. He has this way of making things work. So I don't think it's going to be too long. There's plenty of people like me and Danny who this just kind of harkens back to stuff that we've been around. We knew people. We liked this stuff in the first movie. My kids enjoy this type of things. My kids are going to go. There's enough people out there.
I think the movie that flopped was The Mummy.
Oh, yeah, very good. Yes, that's true. But I'm not sure. I haven't watched that, and I'm not sure how much of that was actually his fault. If he's more in charge of these movies, he's normally pretty on. I think if anything, that was probably more Universal screwing up. But I don't know. The movie that he's saying was Rock of Ages, and that didn't flop. That is a musical, and it only appealed to a certain group of people, and they got exactly what they wanted out of that movie. The Last Samurai, I don't know if The Last Samurai was that bad.
No, that shit was fire.
I know. I like that movie. So I like a lot of this movie. So I mean, I just don't think that this one's gonna fail. I just don't see that happening. So, yeah. All right, 3 minutes. But you're gonna go see it, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna fail. I just don't think it's gonna be as popular as a lot of people think it's gonna be. I think it's be good. I think it'll make a profit, but I don't think it's gonna be $1 billion movie.
Oh no, I don't think it'll be big, but I think it's going to make its money back and maybe a little more.
Yeah,
If it's $600 or $700 million, that's right.
I don't know why I was looking this up today. Hint. But Tom Cruise has never actually had $1 billion movie. Did you know that? He has not been involved in $1 billion production ever. So
that makes sense.
Hint.
He stays in
it's a
his
possibility that he might actually be able to possibly get $1 billion out of this or MI7, and there's those two coming out soon. So hey,
I think Mission Impossible would have more of a chance to hit $1 billion than this one does. But like I said, I don't think it's going to flop. Hands down, it's not going to flop. Right? Nostalgia alone is going to put that movie over $300 million, and then people that like Tom Cruise is going to go see it as well. So it's going to make a profit. I don't doubt that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just don't think it's been too long. This is listen. The biggest problem they had from the first movie was that it shot enrollment in the Top Gun and in the Naval Pilots Academy. It shot it up like something like 70% because they saw that movie.
Hold on. You don't think it's been too long for this movie, but you think it's been too long for Avatar? Because I remember you said
yeah.
Yes, I do. For a very good reason.
Good question.
Here's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is going to be a different perspective of how they shoot. It's not going to be. They're not doing anything new with Avatar. It's the same blue people. It's the same 3D. Listen, if I throw up on a plate and it is beautiful and perfect, that's fine. Still throw up. But that's what I keep saying. I mean, I might have the most perfect shit ever, and it may look beautiful. I may be able to sell it to an art gallery.
You get tired of us talking about Cabernet. I get tired of hearing you talk about this shit.
You're welcome, Danny. Because it's okay, because we still talk about this shit.
Oh my god.
I think Avatar's been too long because there's nothing added to this. They're literally doing things they've never done in films with Top Gun. And it's not CGI.
Yeah, but if you look at the trailer, it looks like a cut and paste of the first one, to be honest with you.
Well, I think that there's going to be a lot of parts of it that are going to be similar. I mean, don't get me wrong. Listen, I've always joked that Tom Cruise, since he has dyslexia, he has to just, every script is the exact same from movie to movie. It's just they change the set pieces and stuff. I've joked about that for years. So,
that's it.
So, I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that, but, All right. There's your 3 questions, so that means it's time for... Oh, yeah. Final thought.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now for the moment that everyone's been waiting for. It's Khaos Central's Final 5 Fact or Fiction.
Yes, 5 questions. Fact or fiction are the only answers we can give. And then we tally them up, and later on when we find out an answer, or if we can't, we'll decide that we're going to just call it good and leave it out. But, yeah, we do that right now. If you're interested, let me double check here where we're at with everything. Now, Danny, you're in the lead, I'm pretty sure. So right now the tally is Danny with 23 right, Nzo with 22 correct, and Chris, myself, with 19. I'm not that far away. I'm hanging in there. I can see you guys still. You haven't lapped me yet.
It's still around.
So we're going to go ahead and bring up our tally here. We're going to go ahead and share out the screen. Here we go. Final five, fact or fiction number one. This is the $1 billion questions. We've talked about what movies will or won't hit $1 billion. Today's final five fact or fictions are about just that. Will Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness make $1 billion or more? Fact or fiction? Danny?
Fiction.
Fiction. Nzo?
Fact.
I say fact also. I believe it will. I don't know if it'll do
What
it
time frame
strongly.
is this?
Until it comes out of theaters.
Pretty much.
Okay.
As long as it's in theaters. Yeah, I mean, so we're talking, what, 3 weeks nowadays? 2
It's
weeks?
45 days, ain't it?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. I mean, most of them are going 45 days. Yeah, so a month. About.
What is it now?
Basically, when I'm looking up the numbers, I'm
500
looking
million.
up box office totals. That's exactly how I'm wording these whenever I look at these totals.
Mhm.
Box office totals. And that should
Good.
only be the movie release.
Gotcha.
All right. Question number 2. Oh, you. Hold on. This.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I didn't need the other one. Fix that real quick. Here we go. Question number 2. Final five, fact or fiction. Will Avatar: The Way of Water make $1 billion or more?
Fact.
Fact.
You say fact?
Yeah.
And he says fact. I keep with what I've said. Fiction. Hey, I'm all in, dude. Listen,
Yeah,
if
you
you're gonna
are.
talk like I talk, you don't back down. Right or
Yeah.
wrong. You gotta ride that until you hit that brick wall and feel its fury.
I feel you.
3. Will Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom make $1 billion or
Nope.
more? You say, well, I'm the first one to go. I say this is a hard thing. If Amber Heard is not in it, I think it's a fact, but I'm going to say fiction because I'm not sure they're going to give her. You said nope. Danny and Anzo, what do you say?
I say fiction.
All fiction on that one. All right, Danny, this one, Top Gun Maverick will make $1 billion or more.
Fiction.
Anzo.
Fiction as well.
For fact. Final five, number 5. Will Thor: Love and Thunder make $1 billion or more? Anzo.
Damn. Shit. No, it's not. Fiction.
I say fact because it keep going up. Just, I don't know. Keep going up. Danny, fact or fiction?
I said fact as well.
All right, so question number 1, Danny says fiction. 2, fact. 3 and 4, fiction. 5, fact. Anzo's fact on the first 2, fiction on the last 3. I am fact, fiction, fiction, fact, fact. Tune in again every week. There's a chance that one of these might get answered. Such as, let's see here.
Yes, David Quintana. I did like Vanilla Sky.
I don't think Legend was awful. Sorry.
So right now, as
I
it
like
stands,
Legend.
guys, the
Yeah,
box
damn it.
office for Doctor Strange is $677.7 million. And it
I
hasn't
just
even
looked
made it
that
to the
up,
second
and I ain't
weekend.
seen nothing like that.
Here, hold on. I will show you right now. Boom. Boom. Share screen. There, share. Boom. Doctor Strange. I said. Oh wait, no, that's right.
That's the first one.
Yeah, Boo.
It's at 500.
So, 500.
500.
Yeah.
By Tuesday. So if it has an equal weekend again,
It won't.
it's there.
It may not equal it, but it'll definitely have. It'll be a drop, but it won't be a huge drop.
I think I don't know. It just depends, but I think it's there. I think it's there. That's why we do these. So let's go around one more time. We'll start down there with Danny. Tell everybody about yourself, channel, all that good stuff.
I'm Danny Graham, aka Comet Chad. You can find me here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My show, Chaotic Conversation, Nzo's Chaos List, and of course the show tonight, The Rule of Three. We have no roundtables going on Sunday, so taking a little break to the next one. Saturday, if life or my job allows me, we'll be doing Square One. Last night, man, I'm telling you, Golden State was down by 55 at one point. That is ridiculous. I think tonight Dallas fighting for it live. And I think also the Celtics, maybe not Celtics, but Miami and Milwaukee play tonight, if I'm not mistaken. So check it out.
I actually had a question for you, Danny. Right? Because you said, you like John Morant, right?
I do. He's a hometown boy.
You're going for Golden State, though, right? Because you seemed hurt yesterday when they were down.
Oh yeah, I was disappointed, bro. I was disappointed, but then he wasn't in the game though, because he's out.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, damn, why the hell? So I don't know. I want him to eventually get multiple championships, just not now. I want Golden State to get back to where they're at, where they were. But I definitely want to win. I saw the doggone commercial he got. Hulu paying him some money. Damn Hulu commercial. Ja.
Oh yeah. There's a Hulu commercial.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Danny? We're on for Square One this weekend. For sure.
Yep. Unless my job interferes, but right now my calendar is clear.
Cool.
Tomorrow night, what time are you starting the rankings, Nzo?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So 7 my time. I may be late to that. My son's graduation is tomorrow.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. Let me look right here. I have to take this time.
Tomorrow's Western's, right? Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you can't. Western. It's 7 o'clock. So I will probably be at least an hour late, but I will come in.
So you want to start it at 9 my time then?
That's up to you. You don't have to do that for me. If you want to, that's fine.
I don't know. So Danny, you want?
I'm cool with it.
All right. So we'll do that. And again, I'm saying probably an hour. I don't know that for sure. I think it's just his group. He went to an accelerated program, so it's a smaller group, I believe. Mm-hmm. So it's
Don't you go out and eat after that?
Yeah, he's staying with his brother right now, so they'll go and do something. And he wants to. He likes going to see movies with his dad. That's about it right now. He's all about. I know everything. Well,
okay.
It's what happens when you graduate at 16. So that's all right. I all right, Nzo, go ahead and tell everybody about tomorrow night and everything else you got going on right now.
Yeah, doing the Westerns tomorrow night. Like Danny said, we got the Rule of Three, Chaos List, Chaotic Conversation, with the OOC as well, man. Appreciate everybody that comes and chills out with us, man. And it was a great show, Chris.
Mm-hmm. All right, awesome. Real Review 3000 is my channel, guys. Check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to your son. Absolutely.
Yep, congratulations, bro.
I will tell him that.
First major milestone in your life.
Absolutely.
That's right. I'm glad that was my big thing as a dad, is to get both my kids through high school. And I accomplished that much. And now it's kind of on them to move forward and become who they're going to be. So, you guys can check out tomorrow at 4:30 or 5:30 Eastern. I will be on for a little bit doing a gaming stream, but then, like I said, it won't last too long, maybe about an hour max. And we'll be over on Nzo's channel doing the ranking. Hopefully, we'll have Square One Sunday. We have weekly wrap up, and we'll have Name That Tune tryouts for 2 more weeks. If you guys are interested in trying out, you don't have to know the name of the tune. You just got to have fun. You got to know how to have fun. That's all we're about. So, guys, thank you very much. Everybody in the chat, you guys were great. And with that said, I believe we are out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.